What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey, everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, all right, we're going back to X. Yes, indeed, X fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Christian Plenty, and Christian wanted to see me react to this song by X called The Have-Nots. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by X Topic, no surprise there, and the video has 41,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. The Have-Nots. That's all I got. We do have X up here. Under the big black sun, all right? Look, this is the link I was given, so if we're not in the right spot, don't blame me. Blame Christian. This is the link I was given, so we're going to work with it. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Then we got like a...
It keeps getting higher and higher. Dawn comes soon enough for the working class. It keeps getting sooner or later.
You know, it kind of got a new wave 80s vibe.
That moves as you play. How does it feel to have your own bottle of booze? Behind the bar, how does it feel to play cards with the Bombays while they were at Jocko's Rocket
Sounds like we may have a guitar solo. Let me back up a little bit. Okay. Definitely has an 80s vibe to it, like early 80s vibe. Like, okay. First band that comes to mind, The Smiths. Maybe a little bit of The Cure. But at the same time, definitely has that straight ahead rock feel that would be more along the line, or even rockabilly to that point to some extent. A little bit of punk in there too. Like, okay, I know this might be a stretch, but not so much from a vocals standpoint, but from a musicianship standpoint. I'm also thinking a little bit of Blondie. I know that people are going to go, really? Yeah. Think about it. Think about the instrumentation that we're hearing. Think about the the chordal progressions that we're hearing. Think about the tone of those instruments that we're hearing. And then get to the vocals. And switch the vocal assignments from being a little less female lead and a little more male lead. Like take a Blondie song and like take Debbie's voice and switch it around so it's more male vocal led, and you're gonna get something like this. I mean, the female vocal's still there, yes, and the female vocal's definitely helping and supporting, absolutely. But who's the lead vocal? Is it the male vocal or the female vocal? It's the male vocal in this case. Now switch it. And you have a little more along the lines of Blondie, right? So that's why I'm coming to that conclusion. It's pleasing to the ear. It sounds good. Very commercial sounding, which is kind of weird for me to say of X. There's only been like one or two of the songs that I've heard from X on the channel that I would ever say had a very definite commercial sound. This has a commercial sound to it. Like, I could see this song. Number one, I could see this song getting a lot of radio play. I could. I don't know if it did or not, but I could absolutely see this song getting radio play. Number two, I could see the song being utilized in commercials, TV shows, movies. I don't know about being played in sporting events. I don't know about that. And video games, well, maybe. It depends on how it would be utilized in a video game. Like, if they were to have this song played, let's look at, let's take a look at Grand Theft Auto. All right? And you know how whenever you're driving in a vehicle in Grand Theft Auto and you got the radio, right? And you can switch between radio stations. If they were to put this on a radio station that played 80s, like early 80s music, like new wave 80s. Yeah, I could absolutely see that being played on that station. I can see this song making an appearance, especially considering the fact that we have Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out, which is set in Vice City in the 80s. You know, I could absolutely see this. I could totally see this song being utilized. You get to slap in any video game, obviously, but a game like that or a game set in the 80s, yeah, absolutely. I like what I'm hearing. It's pleasing to the ear. It sounds nice. So let's get back into this and let's see how it goes, especially with the guitar solo, I think, coming. I mean, it's difficult this era.
Dexter's new approach and the get down line. He on the bar, Detroit's main vein. Oh, dawn comes soon enough for the working class. It keeps getting sooner or later.
So we get a linear fade. Okay. What they did sounded really good. Okay. There wasn't a whole lot. Okay. I'll put it to you like this. There wasn't a whole lot of meat on that bone. There wasn't a lot, but what was on the bone was quality. So, we're not talking about, some bone on there with some C grade meat. No. What was on the bone was choice. Maybe prime. It wasn't a lot, but it was good. What was on there. So it won't fill you up, but it will definitely leave your tongue satisfied without question. Okay, so how is that going to equate to a score? I don't know. I need to think about it. And I need to kind of weigh this song in all of its elements against itself and see what kind of a score we can come up with here. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was X with a tune called The Have-Nots. This was a request from Christian Plenty. Okay, there's not a lot to discuss because everything I want to discuss, I talked about at length already during the course of the reaction. So this is going to be a short review. So do not get comfortable, folks. Let's start with the score and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 6.8. Yep, 6.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 6.8. What does that mean? Well, a 6.8 would translate to a pretty good skill rating because overall, I think this was a pretty good song. It would also get 3 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. Yes, B as in boy. So there you go, a 6.8, pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Like I said, this is not going to take long because I already talked about everything I was going to say during the reaction. The biggest thing going for this song was the feel, the groove of this song. It was a very pleasing to the ear groove. It felt good to some extent, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful. I'm saying this as a compliment. Very commercial sounding. Like I could absolutely see this song being used in a multitude of ways. I don't know if this song was a big hit for them or not. It could have been. It had a lot of things going for it. The groove was, like I said, the strongest thing about the song. Chord progression, easy to follow, but very pleasing to the ear. Again, very commercial sounding. The instrumentation, the guitar playing, the drumming, again, very commercial sounding, like new wave 80s, but at the same time, it felt good. Just very pleasing to the ear overall. Vocally, both the male and female vocals, sometimes harmonizing, sometimes singing the same note, sometimes singing the same note in split with an octave jump between the two. It didn't matter because it didn't matter if they were singing in unison, if they were singing in harmonies, or if they were, technically singing in an octave is harmonizing, but no matter what, it sounded pleasing to the ear. Now, was it always pitch perfect? No, but it was close enough that it didn't sound out. Like it didn't sound sour. Like it had an organicness to it that lent itself very well to the style of music. That new wave 80s feel. Like I used Blondie as an example, or maybe, like I said, maybe a little bit more toward the Smiths, or maybe even to some extent, maybe The Cure, or even Love and Rockets a little bit. But I mean, really, I thought Blondie was a perfect example of what we were looking for here. Just switch the roles of the vocals, Instead of having the male vocal as support with the lead being the female vocal, switch the roles. And you got this, it's now imagine taking this song and switching the vocal roles. And you'll see even more what I'm talking about when I make that Blondie comparison. But very commercial sounding, absolutely. And there's nothing to hate about this song. There really isn't. Am I going to sit here and say the song is impressive? No. Everything was done very simply, but like I've always said on the channel, simple can be effective when it's done properly. This absolutely was done properly. Not impressive really in any way, shape, or form, but very pleasing to the ear nonetheless. It sounded good and it's a solid song. So yeah, 6.8. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 6.8, which is a pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, that did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.